Now, cosine law is not just good for finding lengths, but we're able to find the actual angles as well. So the next two videos are going to be on just that, finding the angles. So example 2. In triangle KMN, KM equals 16, KN equals 11, and MN equals 6. Determine the measure of angle M to the nearest degree. Now, this question, I'm not actually going to give you the triangle and you have to draw it. So, as long as we're not super concerned about things looking as they should, like sometimes the longest lengths will look short on your triangle, but as long as that doesn't throw you off, remember this drawing doesn't have to be to scale. It just has to show the sides that are opposite. So I'm just going to draw this triangle here. I'm going to call this K, and I'm going to call this N, and I'm going to call this M. So we're looking for this angle here. Okay, measure of angle M to the nearest degree. So we're saying that KM is 16. We're saying that KN is 11. See what I mean? Like 11 is longer than 16. But as long as we have the opposites, that's fine. If you prefer to draw yourself a sketch to scale, more power to you. And then MN is 6. What we want to do is find out this angle here. So first things first, let's give the little letters to the sides. So the side that's opposite K is going to be little k, little n, and little m. So we're finding out M, so that means we're going to have M as our ending bit. So that means that we start out with M squared equals the other two, so N squared plus K squared. I think I gave myself a little too much room, minus 2n times k, there we go, I filled that space, times cos m. So let's fill in our values here. We know that m is 11, so 11 squared minus, equals n squared, which is 16 squared, plus k, which is 6, so 6 squared, minus 2 times n, 16, times k, 6, times cos m. The only thing that we don't know is that angle, but we'll solve for it, no problem. So we get here that this is going to be 121 equals 256 plus 36 minus 192 cos of m. So I'm just going to simplify here, so I get 121 equals, I'm having some problems with my pen here, 292 minus 192 cos of m. I'm going to subtract 292 from both sides. So again, the frequent mistake would be 192 times minus 192. Sorry, 292 minus 192. But remember, it's 192 times cos m. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 292 from both sides. So I end up getting negative 171 equals negative 192 cosine of m. I want to isolate that cosine of m, so I'm going to divide both by 192. But I get a negative divided by a negative, so I can just keep it positive. Love that. 171 divided by 192 equals cosine of m. And the way that we find out the measure of angle m is going to be the inverse cos of 171 over 192. I'm going to punch that into my calculator here. So I'm going to say, I'm just showing you the keystrokes of how I would do it. As long as you're getting the right answer, it doesn't matter to me what you do. So I go 171 divided by 192 equals. Okay, so I got that. So I'm going to say the inverse cos of the answer is going to be 27.048 But remember, it's to the nearest degree. So angle M is simply 27 degrees. Now I just want to highlight something. Remember that it's an acute angle, right? It's between 0 and 90. What is the cosine, what is the sign on the cosine ratio? It's positive. Think about that connection.